Just like before, to their horror, many left the theater disgusted and in disbelief in several of the creative choices made by Lucasfilm.
Hi everyone. So I just finished watching Rise of Skywalker. Oh my god.
It's a mixture of emotions right now. It really is.
This is dumb. This is so very, very dumb.
I'm just I can't believe it. I honestly can't believe what I just watched. I just can't.
Well, we're here. We saw it.
The Rise of Skywalker, I'm glad people like it. It just seems like we're back where we started.
Here we go. How did we get here? What happened? Like, what happened to Star Wars? What happened? Where are we? What weird alternate dimension am I in?
Now, is this as bad or worse or better than The Last Jedi? I don't know. I think they all suck.
I liked this movie, but also hated it with every part of my being at the same time.
We'll get your thoughts later.
Hated it.
Hated it.
It is not a film that I would suggest wasting money on.
I would want nothing more than to go in that theater and just forget about all the stuff online and the leaks and whatever else BS there's out there, and to just be a fan of Star Wars and to have my popcorn and just go into a galaxy far, far away and fall in love with it and just be a little kid again. And I went in with that intent, and I couldn't, because it felt like a studio rushing through beats to please every fan they could try and check off the list and try and justify a lot of the things they did, and you could just see it on screen.
The Rise of Skywalker is my least favorite of the 9 core saga films. I saw some people say this movie's bold, like it had some bold decisions. I didn't see anything bold in here. There's nothing bold about this movie. There's a difference between bold and desperate.
This film doesn't take away from my Star Wars fandom. I still love Star Wars just as much. It doesn't diminish my love of Star Wars in any way.
It surpassed my expectations on how indescribably dumb it is. And it's, as related to The Last Jedi, I'm a bit speechless on how actually dumb it is, even though I knew what was going to happen because the leaks were 1000% correct.
There are scenes that I thought were really great. There's just so much in this film that didn't work for me.
That Rise of Skywalker is shaping up to be an utter freaking disaster. You've got reviews like this from our good friend Scott Mendelson, who's been known to be a shill, but even he is saying Rise of Skywalker is the worst Star Wars movie ever.
The story felt very convoluted and rushed at times in all acts of the film, as if the movie was multiple movies in one, where even at times it didn't take enough time to focus on some of the core characters.
I left the film conflicted. I think that there are some good things that they tried to do in the film, and I think they also faced a number of really large obstacles in trying to button up every storyline that had been started, not just in The Force Awakens, but also tried to be continued in The Last Jedi. So there was a lot of material to try to juggle, and when they tried to add buttons to all of those storylines and make every fan satisfied by what happened, I think they struggled a little bit with that.
I think this is a movie that a lot of people are going to like.
It's got some big highlight moments. JJ went for some stuff that's very different and very bold, and I applaud him for it. Like I said, I think a lot of people are going to really like this movie. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. I got to say, I don't ever remember walking out of a Star Wars movie as disappointed as I was in this one.
How are the people that we've always considered to be the shills, how are they now not liking this?
This thing is just a mess. It's a mess through and through. And all it does is destroy Anakin's sacrifice, Luke's story. Palpatine is a joke.
I'll say this first as a caveat kind of for the entire conversation. We just saw the
Might help if I unmuted my mic. All right, guys. So Coach obviously is still at work today, but I was going to do a video on this, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go live and hang out with folks for a little bit. So, what I'm going to be talking about is two very interesting things that kind of came about today, which is Rangers of the New Republic back on is a show? And I'm going to bring some stuff up to why I think they might still be doing the show with somebody else, obviously not Cara Dune, and is Cad Bane really dead? So real quick, before I bring up the video to show you guys kind of what I'm talking about here, let me hit a couple of these super chats. Black and White Network, welcome, my brothers. Good to see you. $5 super chat, getting a season 2 of Fett Gentleman, calling it now. Rhodes, welcome, Rhodes. Good to see you, man. I'm kind of up in the air on season 2 of this. I mean, if I would have known what we were getting with season 1, I literally would have been like, only take the main stuff out of this season and just smash it into like the first episode of Mando season 3, because there was so much of Book of Boba Fett season 1 that just simply was not good, in my opinion. But we are going to be going into a deep dive of that this Saturday night on our Saturday night live stream. We're going to have Robert Meyer Burnett and ETEP on this Saturday night, and we're going to be kind of going into a deep dive on the show as a whole and this final episode, and we'll kind of get into the nitty gritty there. Nerdporial Lifeform with a $2 super chat. Want to say hi to Coach and Nick. Stay Nerdporial. Good to see you, man. Glad you are here. Melvor in the house. Nick was hilarious on Valiant's last video. Yeah, I was I was in rare form because I was so see this is the other thing. Like, you know, going into any of these shows, I try to keep my excitement and expectations pretty low because it is Disney Star Wars, and they are the ones that gave us the sequel trilogy. But after Mando season 2, you know, I was like, okay, they might be, you know, making a turn here and making things better. So I got a little bit more than normal excitement levels for this show going into it. And I love the character of Boba Fett. He's one of my all-time favorite characters. So I was really looking forward to this show. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it was just kind of a letdown. Black Angus Reviews in the house. Hey, Nick, just saying hi. What's your Twitter? My old one got nuked. So our Twitter is, what is our Twitter? I think it's Echo _ network or network _ Echo. Hang on, I'm pulling it up just to. Yeah, it's at network _ Echo. That's at network _ Echo. And then my personal one, which I really don't ever post on, is at Nick _ Glenn. GLENN 1979. But I mainly just post under the Echo Base Network one. Grogu just chose both. Yeah, I don't know. It looked like he just chose the armor to me. As far as that episode, I mean, they could always go back and do something else, and who knows what they're going to do? Who knows? But this Rangers of the Republic stuff, I'm going to share my screen here, and I noticed something here. If you guys watch the scene of Cobb Vanth, where he runs into the Pikes and he basically says, I'm the marshal here in this town. Here it is. I'm gonna pause it right here. All right, you see these stripes on here. These are New Republic stripes here. And he didn't have that before. But there's Cara Dune. There's the 4 stripes there. And she had those same stripes as he does. So I'm going to predict right now that we are still going to get Rangers of the New Republic. They're going to still do the show, but he is actually going to take the place of Cara Dune's character in that show, and be the main actor in that show. That's kind of my thoughts on that. Of course, none of this is official. They haven't said anything about it. This is just speculation on my part, but I can see them totally doing that because I'm sure that there was probably a lot to do with that show as far as the overarching storylines of the universe that John and Dave are trying to build, that probably played some key roles or moments in the overarching story of all these shows. So I'm sure that they were sitting there in panic mode once Disney stupidly fired Gina Carano, which, like we've always said, should not have ever happened. And I think they're going to rework it for Cobb Vanth. And, in the last episode, they said he was gunned down cold-blooded. And when I went back and watched episode 6, he clearly just got shot in the shoulder. But then at the end of episode 7, you see him in the Bacta tank, and he is getting modded. That's the one thing I don't like is that he is getting modded by Rick James of the Star Wars universe. I hate the mods. I am not a fan. And for him to have just gotten shot in his shoulder, I mean, if they just do something where his draw arm that he draws his gun from has some mod on it or something, I mean, I guess that'd be fine. But if he comes out looking like the Borg from Star Trek in whatever show he appears in next, I'm literally going to be face palming if he's just like covered in mods. I think that would be stupid for them to do. I hope whatever mod, because obviously they're modding him. We're definitely getting that, but I just hope that it's minimal. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are on if you think this could be a possibility. And the second thing that I wanted to bring up was, is Cad Bane really dead? And it looked like he was dead to me. I mean, he got stabbed by a gaffy stick, right there on the field of a so-called battle. And but after that happens, you see these lights right here blinking on his chest right here. Stabbed, no blood. I guess they don't really bleed. Whatever. But right here, he's got some lights that are sitting here blinking. And I think that is, and I've heard a lot of people saying this, and I think this is a pretty good possibility. I think his droid to do 360, or I don't know if you pronounce it Tudu or Toto or whatever. But this droid right here of his could be getting called, and he could actually come and try to save his life. You know, this is Star Wars and it is Disney. So, you know, is anyone ever really dead? You know, that's the real question here. So I think that this droid could end up coming to the rescue at some point in time. But the thing is, he is out in the open. If that happened, I mean, surely somebody would have seen him. And you know, are they just going to leave his body in the streets there? Because they're all walking around cleaning up. I mean, did they just leave his body there, or did they haul it off somewhere, or did the droid come and get him before anyone was able to move the body? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think it would be insane for them to kill off Cad Bane with him only showing up in 2 episodes of this show. Cad Bane, and Black Chrysanthemum were the 2 characters in the show that they brought in that I really enjoyed. I want to see more from those 2 characters. So I hope Cad Bane is not dead, and they end up, you know, doing something to bring him back, whether it be this droid or something else. But that's kind of my thoughts. That's kind of my thoughts on that. Again, I think we are going to get Rangers of the New Republic, and hopefully Cad Bane is not dead. Let's see what you guys are. Toto. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Seth Green droid. What's going on, Rogue Disney? Brandon the anime guy, no one dies. Yeah. Except for the Pikes guys out there, which are basically like red shirts. You know, all the unimportant people die. The beeping gave away he is alive. What's going on, Tom? Oh, disappointed. Thought this was about Cadbury chocolate. Is red. I guess Coach is not teaching right now. The kids must be doing worksheets or something, or sitting there quietly reading. I can't believe Dengar didn't show up. I can't believe I can't believe any of the other bounty hunters from Empire Strikes Back didn't show up. I mean, I figured we would get at least one. Like, I literally thought we would get at least one of them. Bosk or Dengar were the 2 main ones that I thought we'd end up seeing, with probably IG-88 coming in third of possibility of showing up just because of what they did with IG-11. You know, but yeah, I can't believe we didn't get any of them. Rod Pearson Cobb is going to be turned into a Galaxy Ranger with a robot horse as well. Yeah, only time will tell. Only time will tell. Let's see here. Brandon Anime Guy with a $5 super chat. Nick, all I had to do was see you and Coach's reaction, and that is all. I just can't do the Disney stuff anymore. Just nonsensical. Brandon, I completely understand. Of course, me and Coach run a Star Wars channel here, so obviously we cannot stop watching it. So if you're not going to watch it, you could at least come here and hear about it. Either how dumb it is, or hopefully how good it is, with what we got coming up, and then you can actually go watch that stuff. We will try to steer you guys in the right direction of what's good, what's not good. But I mean, there's a lot of people out there that really liked this Book of Boba Fett show. I mean, I saw several reviews of people saying, it wasn't perfect, but I really enjoyed the show overall. And kind of my thoughts on it is, I say it's very average. Like, the show as a whole is like a 5 out of 10 for me. With the 5, it being raised up to a 5 because of the Luke and Mando stuff that was in it. I mean, that was the best parts of it. And again, every single episode, there's stuff in every episode that I can cherry pick out that I was like, that was cool. I like that. But having, a couple small, really cool scenes or moments doesn't necessarily mean that the show's good. So that's kind of my thoughts. But like I said, we're going to get into it. Coach, Rangers of New Republic. So Coach might have came in here late. All right. So for those of you that did not see, I'm going to share my screen here again, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, Coach. Let's see here. For those of you that did not see it. All right, so in this moment here, you see Cad Bane talking about he's the marshal here. He now has these 4 like marshal stripes, which are like a New Republic stripes. So he obviously, without saying, is the New Republic marshal for this territory here. If you go to Gina's scenes, she has had the 4 same stripes. So my prediction, like I said earlier, for those of you that are here that are new, is that they are going to still do the Rangers of the New Republic show, but instead of Cara Dune being the Ranger of the New Republic, it's going to be Cad Bane. We saw him at the end of Book of Boba Fett. He's still alive. Of course, like I said, he's getting modded, which I really hate the mods. But I think that's what's going to happen because, they had to have had something mapped out for that show already, at least outlines. I mean, they might not have had full episode scripts written out, but I'm sure they had at least some sort of idea of what was going to happen in that show and how it was going to tie in to all the other shows. Just because Gina got fired, or let me take that back, just because she didn't get a contract renewal, doesn't mean that those ideas just went away. So they had to rework it. And I think they're going to rework it with Cad Bane. He is a great actor. I think he would do really well. Melvor, he will be Brave Star. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that for those of you here that didn't catch it at the beginning. I think Rangers of the New Republic is going to still be on, still be going, and it's just going to be done with Cad Bane. Also, for Coach normally does all this, and I saw his message in there. Super chat video. I don't know where the super chat videos are. Pre-show. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, so for all you guys that sent super chats, we appreciate it. As Coach always does, here's a super chat video for you guys. All right, let's see. Let's see what you guys are saying here. The Bombad Bounty, the Book of Boba the Book of Boba was a show nobody knew was going to be Madam. We only knew about it after Mando season 2. It's like it came out of nowhere, which it could be why it's so disjointed. Yeah, so that's another thing is as far as that goes, and we've kind of speculated on this. Uh, with all the so-called rumor mill drama happening behind the scenes of Mando season 2, with Pedro Pascal and everybody, it was almost like, all right, we need to get this figured out and worked out. Nobody's ready to go on Mando season 3. What are we going to do in the meantime? And they're like, well, let's just do a Boba Fett show, since this was originally kind of based on Boba Fett anyways, and we just called it Mandalorian and created a new character. So yeah, I can completely see that being the case, that that this thing was just kind of thrown together, and it feels that way. It really does. Melvor, he'd be a great addition, but no Gina will stir up hornets' nests all over again. Yeah, a lot of people that are hardcore Gina Carano supporters and fans definitely will not watch that show, just because she is not in it. But as they always say, the show must go on, regardless of if she's there or not. From a business standpoint, Disney has to keep doing their shows. They got to keep trying to make money, and I think for a lot of people out there, like enough people didn't leave Star Wars over the Gina Carano stuff for it to really make a real difference. I mean, you just go look on YouTube. There's tons of people still covering these shows, still talking about them. Of course, we're still talking about them because we're Star Wars fans, even though we do support Gina Carano and don't feel like she should have been fired at all. We're a Star Wars channel. We're Star Wars fans first. So, we're going to cover it, whether it's good or bad, and, give you guys our honest opinion. Coach says breaking news, check your email. Okay. Let me check my email. Let me see what Coach is talking about here. Mail. Link. Are they gonna recast? Where's this from? Oh, this is Inside the Magic. This is a crap site. Yeah, this is not. I wouldn't put. I'll show you guys what Coach sent, but I wouldn't put a lot of faith in this at all. Like at all. So let me share my screen again. So Inside the Magic, which has been proven time and time and time and time again to not be a reliable source of news, came out with this article. Star Wars fans rejoice over Gina Carano's potential Cara Dune replacement. The Lucasfilm firing of actress Gina Carano, which technically she wasn't really fired, but kinda, is an event that many Star Wars fans will not forget for a long time, for better or worse. The ousting of Cara Dune star from all upcoming franchise media is still a source of contention to this day. While Carano will not star in the alleged headlining series Rangers of the New Republic, there's still room in the galaxy far, far away for a new character to fill her potential shoes, and Star Wars fans have the perfect choice. All right, that that goes in. Shortly after firing, blah, blah, blah. That's just going into... All right, so there's a chance she could be replaced in the upcoming Star Wars project. There's been nary a mention of Cara Dune in recent Star Wars media. Blah, blah, blah. What's the actual... It did, however, bring Cobb Vanth back into the mix as the Marshal of Freetown. That could take up the mantle of the currently defunct Rangers of the New Republic series. Well, it stands to reason that this could be the case, especially final post-credit scene. Fans have identified another possible choice to replace Cara Dune. Iden Verso first appeared in Star Wars franchise in Battlefront 2. Christy Golden is the leader of Inferno Squad, a special Imperial task force. Later, the character would be the main playable character in action shooter Battlefront 2. Imperial soldier turned rebel. Is voiced and played via motion capture by, I can't ever pronounce her name, Jania Gavin Carr. Also provided the narration for the Inferno Squad audiobook. Was assistant puppeteer in Bryce Dallas Howard's Mando episode, Chapter 11. So, yeah, I played Battlefront 2. I liked this character. And I could see that being a possibility that she ends up taking that spot. She was a cool character, and the thing is, like, I almost thought that I thought she might have been the girl from, I don't remember what episode it was. It was season 2 episode where, or maybe it was season 1. Might have been season 1. It was where they go to that village and help the village people from the pirates with the ATST, the ATST. That one woman that had the child that kind of took a liking to Mando. I thought she could have possibly been Verso in kind of like in hiding, in trying to just live like a simple life after being with the Empire and fighting with the rebels. Because, you know, when they were doing that target practice and shooting and stuff, you know, everybody else like didn't know how to use weapons and couldn't really shoot. She grabbed a gun and just boom, 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 you know, nailed all the targets. So obviously she has some kind of training, and she kind of looks similar to this character. So she could end up making another appearance and coming back in either Rangers of the New Republic or Mando season 3. Who knows? I mean, there's so many different things that they could do. I mean, the possibilities are really, really endless for them. But I mean, I just want a good show. So whether it's Cobb Vanth, you know, or if they bring this character from Battlefront 2 in, I'm all for it. Just give us a good show with good writing. That's the main thing. Like, give us a good fleshed out story and stuff that makes sense. Like, not like head scratching moments. Sam Aon with the £5 super chat, calling it Rangers will be Vance, Hera, and a few others showed discovering the remnants plot to revive Palpy and explain his return in live action. Yeah, could be, but I definitely see Cobb Vanth's character being probably the biggest possibility of Rangers of the New Republic replacement for Gina Carano's character in that show. And who knows? Maybe we'll get an announcement on that this year. Star Wars Celebration, which I don't think it's been canceled. I think it's still on in Anaheim this year. I think it's still going to be going on. Maybe we'll get some big announcements there. Maybe Timothy Oliphant will come out and actually make the announcement himself and actually be there at Star Wars Celebration. Who knows? Oh, before I forget, let me thanks for the super chat, Sam. Here is a super chat video for you. And we got a $2 super chat from Snell World. Battlefront would make a great trilogy. Yeah, I would be all for it. I don't see them doing it live action, but I'd watch it. I'd be interested in it for sure. I still have not gone back and finished the DLC for Battlefront 2, the single player campaign. I need to go back and do that because I was actually enjoying the game. I really enjoyed it a lot. For everybody else that might have showed up here late, we pretty much were talking about Cobb Vanth being the replacement for Gina Carano and Rangers of the New Republic. Coach sent me an article where Iden Verso, the girl from Battlefront 2, could possibly be a replacement for Gina in Rangers of the New Republic. I think that show is still going to end up happening. Like I said earlier, they probably already had outlines for the show that had some key moments in overall arcing story points for this whole Filoni Favreau universe that they're building. So I think the show's still going to happen. Unfortunately, it's not going to be with Gina Carano, which is a big disappointment. I would love for them to somehow bring her back, but like I've always said, why would she even want to come back at this point? I don't think it's going to happen. And the other thing, of course, was the blinking lights on Cad Bane's chest that were flashing, and his droid possibly coming and rescuing him, and if whether or not he's actually really dead, which I don't think he is, because I think that would just be so dumb for them to kill that character off. And I was so irritated in the moment when they killed him and Boba Fett stabbed him, and I was like, "What? They're gonna kill him already?" Like, I just thought it was. I thought they were throwing away just a really cool and interesting character that's been around for a long time, and they just brought him into live action. So I don't think he's dead. I think he's going to end up coming back. I hope that he comes back. But that's pretty much it, guys. I was just going to make this, like I said, I was going to do a video on this, but I figured I'll just go live and just do it live. And I do have to get logged in for work here in 1 minute. So I'm actually going to wrap this up. Thank you to everybody that sent super chats during this. If you didn't see the whole thing, this is a very short live stream. You can just go back to the beginning and kind of see some of the stuff I was talking about if you missed it already. But remember, guys, this Saturday night, we're going to have ETEP and Robert Meyer Burnett on 7 o'clock Central. We're going to do a deep dive into this episode, this last episode of Book of Boba Fett, and the show as a whole, and where they go from from here moving forward. So I hope you guys will come tune in this Saturday night at 7 o'clock Central Time. Also, don't forget, this April, last weekend in April, is the Echo Base Network big meetup in Nashville at the ICCC Con. Ian McDermott, the Emperor himself, will be there. Anthony Daniels, who plays C-3PO, will also be there, and tons of other guests. You can actually go to the ICCC convention website and see the whole entire guest list there. Also, we do still have some Blu-rays from our sequel trilogy documentary available. If you guys are interested in that, the information to order one of those is on our community page on YouTube. And I think that is everything. I don't think there's anything else to update you guys on. But again, as Coach always says, you are Echo Base Network. And until the next one, guys, we will see you guys later.